Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to walk you through just a few quick tips on how to set up the pen that comes with your new Dell computer. In order to get into the menu to set up your pen, you're going to come down to the search bar and type pen. Now, one of the top things that will come up is the Dell Active Pen. I already have that app open here. Now, this is showing the black pen that I have, but when I first opened this app, when I got my computer home and started doing stuff on it, it showed a gray pen that didn't have the same number of buttons. But as soon as I picked up the pen and touched it to the screen, the computer recognized which model of pen I have and established that link and recognized what I have for buttons. So when you look at this menu of settings, you will see that you have 5 drop-down menus where you get to customize stuff. The first 3 are for the top pen button. That is up at the top here, where an eraser would be, or a clicker on a traditional clickable pen. And then you have a top barrel button and a bottom barrel button. This is the barrel of the pen. So you'll see that you've got a button here, but when you look at it from the side, you'll see that it kind of angles. So there's a top section to it and a bottom section to it. So when you're holding the pen in your hand, the top button is up here, the top barrel button is here, and the bottom barrel button is here. Okay? Now, if you are worried about accidentally touching one or both of these while using the pen, what you can do is simply disable them. You don't have to use them. So in the menus, on every single one of these menus, the very bottom item is disabled. And if you choose that, the button does nothing. So any button that you're ever worried about accidentally clicking, if you're worried about the pen not differentiating well between a single press and a long press, you want to eliminate the double press as something in between, you can do that. You can disable any or all of these and just use the pen as a stylus on the screen of the computer. Okay? So the way I've programmed it is where the barrel buttons are used for right click. That's the bottom barrel button. And if I were to open up, I'll just open up Microsoft Edge for a moment. If I were to press that bottom barrel button and then touch the screen, my right-click menu drops down, and it's the exact same menu as I would get if I right-click on my touchpad. Okay? That's what I have chosen for the bottom barrel button to do by setting that to right-click. I've chosen for the top barrel button to change what app I'm doing. When Ronnie Watkins was doing a demo of this, he taught the trick of Control-Tab. There's also a gesture on the keypad. Let me move my document camera over so you can see it. But you can 3-finger flick up, and it brings you to all of your different apps. That does the same thing as Control-Tab. Well, I've programmed my top barrel button to do that. So I press that, and then touch the screen, and it brings up. And then I just touch the screen with the pen again. Anytime you touch the screen with the tip of the pen, it is often treated as a left click. Now I've also programmed what does clicking the top button once do, what does double clicking it do, and what does a long press and holds do. I've chosen for a single click to page down, and you'll see that this menu over here slid down. And I've chosen that a double click does page up. I had selected those because page down and page up move the slides in PowerPoint. But what I discovered was that the double click for page up in PowerPoint did not work well for moving the slide back. The single click for page down did a really good job of moving the slides forward, but the double press page up did not do a good job of moving the slide back. So I may end up changing that to something else. But to open Microsoft Whiteboard is what I chose for the long press. So I press and hold. And now Microsoft Whiteboard comes up. I did some brainstorming in this earlier, and so there's already stuff on the screen. But that's it. You can disable any or all of these so that they do not bother you while you are using the pen as a stylus, so you don't actually accidentally click stuff. But that's all that you have to do. Touch the screen, right? Open the pen app. If it's not showing a pen that looks like yours and has all the buttons that yours has, touch the screen and it will figure it out. This is the top button, and this is the top barrel button, and this is the bottom barrel button. And one thing they did was line up the picture with the menu. This big gap in the menu is because the top barrel button is here and the bottom barrel button is there. So there's some information on how to set up and customize the pen. There's a lot of different options of what you can have the different buttons do. So you can make this be a screen changer, right? A slide changer, essentially your clicker when you're lecturing. You can make this adjust your music while you are listening to music and working in your office, or if you play music before class. You can have it open OneNote. You can have it open sticky notes. You can have it take a screenshot. So you can customize what it does to make it functional for you. What I recommend doing is first figure out how likely are you to be able to avoid the barrel buttons. If you think you can't avoid the barrel buttons, disable them. Then, if you're disabling the barrel buttons, think about what are the top 3 things that you wish you could click and they would do. If you're not disabling the barrel buttons, what are the top 5 things that you wish you could click and have the computer quickly do? And then look for those items in the menu and customize this so that it helps you. Other things I will mention, it magnets to the side of the computer. However, what I have noticed is, let's see if I can get this angled better, where it's showing the USB ports. But what I've noticed is it covers the USB ports. Right, so there's my USB ports, and they are covered by the pen. So, so there's some great functionality, but you got to work around it. You might not want to leave it magnetized when you're using those USB ports that are right here. Although if you are using the docking station, you don't need access to those USB ports. You just may want to disconnect it. Just don't leave it in the classroom, right? Keep track of it, keep hold of it. It does come with a lanyard, but there isn't a place on the computer that I've found to connect the other end of the lanyard to. So you might put it on your bag that you always bring to class, something like that. Things to think through. How can you make this where it works for you the best? Okay, you have a great day.